You're looking at our project site, and we already have a 7 million ounce inferred resource there, and we're currently trading at about $5 per ounce in enterprise value. And if that's not some leverage to the price of gold, I don't know what is. And I'm going to show you why we are a great value and explain a little bit why we're trading at that current level and what we're going to do to get ourselves re-rated back to where we should be along with our peers. If you look at that image, as a geotechnical engineer, I look at that and I go, wow, that's some pretty flat, easy building ground. You'll see a highway through that image. You'll see a power line, which is only 50 kilometers from the hydroelectric dam and connected to the grid in the Yukon. So hydropower already on the property. If you're standing there, you would have 4 bars on your cell phone. Fiber optic cable already goes across the property. That's exceptional infrastructure. And infrastructure and creating roads to new projects is one of the key barriers and one of the largest capital costs for building projects. And we already have that. So that puts us in an exceptional category. I'm excited about our project. I'm going to make lots of forward-looking statements because I'm heavily vested alongside my shareholders in Banyan. We're located right beside the Eagle Gold Mine as well as Hecla. This is a prolific gold mining belt. We have 173 square kilometers here. It's the same geology and mineralization as Snowline off to the east and Sitka off to the west. This is a belt of rock, and that is how mining districts are formed. It's just like Red Lake and other jurisdictions. You have one mine that's built around a specific type of geology, and the best place to find another mine is in the head frame of the other. That's why we have so much exploration in brownfields around mines. Our Ormac property is 173 square kilometers. This is where the resource is. You can see it's almost 5 kilometers across between 2 deposits, our airstrip and our power line deposit. They're both open, lots of room to continue to grow them. This is our 2023 resource model, and we are on the cusp of updating it here in Q2 to show both growth as well as some higher grade. It's the same sheeted veins of these reduced intrusion models. 7 million ounces. Within that, 4 million ounces of a gram and 2.5 million of 1.45 as we increase the cutoff grades. We use that this year, and I'll talk a bit more about it. We know the mineralization goes deep here, 650 meters deep, 850 meter holes. Here's our 2024 drilling. Lots of intercepts, long intercepts of 1 gram. This is fast. I want to show you this at the booth, but what we've done is exactly what we said we were going to do, focusing on those higher grade areas where we can find that 1 gram material consistently within the deposit, which we think is going to be really important as we move to our PEA. Which we've got planned for fourth quarter of this year. So a quick overview of it, and now I'm going to go back into some of those details to show you why you should invest in Banyan. Now, Rick talked about size and scale. Most people think over 5 million ounces is what you need to be tier 1. I think a major mining company wouldn't even look at something under 5 million ounces. We're at 7. I can arm wave and say I can see 10 based on sections, the potential for it. And we've had some analysts that have said some higher numbers than that. That's something that is of interest and would be a significant addition to the balance sheet of any major. And that's what you want, a big mine. And the potential is here for that. Our leadership team, do your due diligence on me. I encourage you to follow Rick's advice, find out about my team and myself and my board. I think you'll see we've got a track record of success and, more importantly, a really strong track record of spending our shareholders' dollars efficiently and well, and a very clear vision of where to get us where we are and where we're going. We have a strong treasury. That's because of our leadership team. We have active income from our rental businesses. We're very creative. When things got tough, we got creative. We had about $1.5 million in revenue last year from our services. That will continue. We'll have some revenue this year, which will help bolster our G&A. Going with a strong treasury, last year was a tough year, so we wanted to make sure that we looked after our shareholders and were able to continue to operate, and I'll talk a bit more about it. That infrastructure is exceptional. Hydropower is green power. That's what mining companies want to see on a project. You can permit mines in this jurisdiction. Yes, there may be some challenges with permitting in North America and specifically in the Yukon for a while, but there is an established process with timelines, and we're exceptionally leveraged to the price of gold at our current share price, with lots of catalysts to get us through 2026. These districts, as I said, you form districts around the mineralization and the infrastructure, and the first mines get built close to infrastructure. I think the Yukon is going to see more mines built around these spectacular deposits and very big deposits. And we're seeing interest from the majors with some of their investments in other companies around us, and certainly the Eagle mine, which had some challenges this year and which is currently in receivership, it will have somebody put it back into production, and the government has said that. Looking at our section, or our plan view of our deposit, the airstrip deposit and the power line, we know we can connect them. We know that we can add to the east, to the south, and at depth, and that's just proximal to the deposit. So I'll come to our booth to see some of the sections and kind of understand what we've got in terms of growth. How are we going to add value in 2025? We'll have our drill results. We've had those results that I showed you briefly on that video. More to come for the next month. We'll probably have more results. We'll have a resource update in Q2. We'll start drilling. We're funded for drilling, following up on the work we did last year, both proximal to the deposits as well as some targets looking at the intrusion. And that's a key difference for us. We're in the Hornfells, or we're around an intrusion, but we haven't found the source of this mineralization. We're in what's called the country rock around it. That's a really exciting target for us that we've done some technical work to try to unlock that for next year. Some great institutional shareholders, Fidelity and Franklin, don't make their investments without a lot of due diligence. They did 6 months of due diligence, site visits. Having them at 7.1 and 9.8% does show that they've vetted our projects, along with some other strong shareholders, including Osisko Development. Many CEOs are shareholders, including those in the Osisko family, as well as some of the other mining companies around us. I have a lot of skin in the game, and that's one of the things that Rick didn't mention in his when you are evaluating management. How much real cash do they have in the game? I'm a 4% shareholder, which means I have $2 million in real cash. I didn't get given founders shares. It's not just options. I've participated in almost every financing, including that last one in June before you saw the impact that the regional events around us had on our share price. And that is an opportunity. When things happen to another company that are external to them and it has an impact on their share price, that can be a good entry point for people to get, or shareholders to get into a stock. That situation is starting to resolve. It will resolve, and we've got lots of catalysts to help us move forward past that. We've got coverage by Cormark and Paradigm, as well as newsletter writers here. Our last financing was in June. That $14 million has seen us through, and will see us through into 2026 with our current plans. Here's some of those great results, lots of 1 gram plus intercepts. If you use the gram meters, we've had lots of intercepts over 50 and up to 131. Intrusion-related system, yes, lots more to grow here. We're above it. We know that for the country rocks, this is an exceptionally large deposit to be in the country rocks around an intrusion. Where is that intrusion? The sections we've got really show room for growth. You can see the mineralization in our new geological model is well constrained to the new units. Our new model, I think, is going to give us a tremendous amount of confidence. And when the majors and others look at it, I think it'll give us additional credibility as we put out that new resource. Metallurgy, can you recover the gold? Yes, we've got 2 mill processes which have very high recoveries, 93% from gravity CIL, 84% from gravity flotation, and we think we can get that up a few percent. We're working on that now. Permitting, that's something when you've got existing roads and infrastructure does give you an advantage, and we do have all the background data to do that. Lots of exploration upside. We have over 300 square kilometers. We've explored less than 5% of our land package. Lots of historic alluvial mining on the property, which is a great indicator that there's a potential source for the gold. You know, we're currently trading under our peers because of those external events largely, and also the general market, but we're in a strong position with our cash balance to re-rate here in 2025 as we get the story out and show the economics of this project with our PEA. So here's the cost per ounce of some of our peers and some of the takeouts in the Yukon and elsewhere. But there's some real synergies with the Eagle Mine. You know, nowhere else could you buy a Banyan and that property and have over 15 million ounces, be a producer within a couple years and be a 400,000 to 600,000 ounce producer within 5-6 years. That's an exceptional investment opportunity that is getting the attraction of the majors. We're doing it right on the community and the ESG side, strong relationships with the First Nation. Come and talk to us about that. We got the team, and I think we're in a great position going into 2025 with lots of catalysts to make our shareholders really realize value from their investment decisions. So come and talk to us. We're here, and then we're at the other couple shows here for the next couple days. Thank you, Brian.